Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 4 of Dropped Frames. My name is JP McDaniel, joined by the rest of the cast, as well as our special guest this week, Elohim. My voice is a little shot. I think everyone else is. Can we get a voice check? Voice check? How you sound? Zeke, I think you're fine. You somehow made it. You made it out of there fine. I don't know.
Dude, I sound the same scratchy, shitty voice no matter what I do. So con or no con, I'll always have this voice.
There you go. And Elohim ruining the green screen for the first time on Dropped Frames. You take the title, sir.
I'm sorry.
Your voice sounds good though. That's good.
I'm not too bad off. I recovered a lot in those couple of days, but yeah. Sorry guys, totally unprofessional. I don't know what I'm doing. Where do I put my hands?
That just hold them like that for 2 hours straight.
All right, sounds good.
Don't move them. That's the sign of a true professional, is where you put your hands. Exactly.
Yeah. Hey guys.
So yeah, welcome to the show, Elo. I guess let's start. Why don't you tell everyone a little bit about yourself and your stream and who you are and all that stuff, and then we'll do some housekeeping things here on the show, and we'll jump right into it. So, Elo, the floor is yours.
Thank you, man. And thank you very much, guys, for having me on the show. I really appreciate it, and I appreciate the viewers allowing me on the show, too, and having me over here. My name's Elohim. I stream on Twitch usually very, very, very early in the morning. Think like 3, 4 a.m. Eastern time till like 10 or 11. So if you haven't heard of me, I'm totally cool with that. But yeah, I've been streaming for about a little under 2 years now. I'm coming up on 2 years in 2 or 3 months. It's been an excellent time. I've gotten to meet so many amazing people between the people that watch the stream and other streamers like these beautiful gentlemen here. And yeah, it's been an absolutely crazy time. So that's about all I do. I kind of upload highlights and stuff to YouTube on the side, and but yeah, I'm almost 100% Twitch streamer. So yeah.
Now, the realest of real questions: did you bring your beard to Twitch, or did Twitch bring its beard to you? I didn't really think that through. When did you fucking start growing the beard, man?
I mean, okay, I've never had a beard like this ever in my whole life. Okay. I will say that I have been growing a beard ever since I was like 12 years old, when I thought it was cool to shave. And so I went to I was just trying to mimic my dad and just shaving my face, even though I had nothing there, which seemed to make it grow in like thicker and crazier. Really early on, but no, I've never grown it like this. I think I've probably been motivated quite a bit by the Twitch chat. But at the same time, even before I started streaming, Corey can attest to this, I've always wanted to grow my beard long enough where I can braid it. Like, that's the goal, and that's why I'm growing this out very long too. Because like, if you ever see, I have a whole Viking thing on my stream. If you've seen it, but even before that, I wanted to grow this out so I could just braid this down. And then like into, like whatever other braid I want to do down here. So once it's all, it's
going to be intense, man.
But it takes patience. It takes time. And I would just get to a certain like hobo stage and I'd be like, I'm out, like, see ya, sorry, and, but yeah, it's definitely been influenced quite a bit. Now they've given me the strength I need to continue on in this beard journey. So.
Well, Zeke's getting up, and he gave the 1 second signal as well. So I'm really interested to see what Zeke's going to do. I think I actually know where he's going. I think we're getting some props on drop frames is what's happening right now. And maybe I'm just hyping up too much.
He's going to come back with it braided. Watch.
I think, yeah.
Yeah.
I see his shadow. He's about to sit down, guys. Just wait.
Everybody.
There you go.
Oh, there we go.
Ella, okay. Wow, there's 2 of you here. I can't. Wow.
It's good to have you, Elohim. Thanks for joining us.
You too, Elohim. It's a pleasure to see you as well.
I can't take away. I can only add, so I can't do anything to become you.
Oh,
just eliminate that, and there you go.
There you go.
That's so funny.
We need to make a new show and just call it Beard Talk. Just talk about, the grooming habits of beard, the braiding habits in Elohim's. He would be the special guest for the braiding show.
Yeah, I'm telling you right now, that is a show.
I think I just need to grow a mustache so we can be like exactly like ZZ Top. JP both have long beards. I'll just have the mustache, and my name will be Zeke Beard. like his name is actually Beard.
Exactly. Cool stuff. All right, well, before we jump into the usual stuff of the show, we got a panel coming up, guys, at PAX East, which is actually like 30 days away. Because PAX is fucking crazy and booked 2 PAXs back to back. And I actually found out last week that we're at the Albatross Theater. It will be streamed, so the channel should be, I think, either twitch.tv/PAX or twitch.tv/Twitch. I'm not sure where it's going to be. But I also think that means we're going to be in the biggest theater at PAX East, or one of them. So you guys got to show up, because I'm really nervous that no one's going to. We're just going to be there like streaming to a massive audience with no one in the crowd. Except for like...
We have enough star power and shit. We better get like the biggest names just to make sure that people will come.
I also, this happened at PAX South. I want to come out to a panel with the Chicago Bulls theme playing. I think that would be amazing. Get an amazing announcer.
You should offer something.
Yeah.
You should offer something that is totally not available. Like, you should be like, if you come to this, all your dreams will come true. Like, do something totally off that you're like, we'll give everyone a pony who comes. You're like, what, a pony? Don't give them shit when they show up.
Exactly.
Thanks for coming.
Exactly.
Like those clever band names like that you can put on a poster, like Bare Naked Ladies. It's like, tonight, Bare Naked Ladies, tonight.
Yes.
And I know there's a band named Free Beer. So like that. Tonight, Drop Frames and, bags of weed.
We're going to do it. We're gonna do
What
was the one from that movie? The band, Everybody Gets Laid.
Yeah. Tomorrow.
We're gonna take all those and we're gonna throw it into the panel announcement.
Yeah, all three of those things are gonna become the name of this show.
Yep.
Drop Frames is out.
Yep, we're out. We're dropping the title. We'll get new artwork and everything. It'll be great. So that's on Sunday, March 8th at 4:30 p.m. in the Albatross Theater at PAX East. If you're gonna be in attendance, make sure you come by, because it's gonna be one of those things where I hope people show. I hope everyone's gonna fill up the Twitch town hall. That's no problem. They're gonna be in the same theater and just fill it up immediately. Dropped Frames, we're gonna have like Zeke's mom. Zeke's parents just sit in the audience, just giving courtesy claps.
My dad, he is in. He's like, well, sure, I'll go. I'll meet all those dicks out there.
Exactly.
You did great, sweetie.
Yep.
Oh my God.
Your panel was the best.
It'll be great.
I called my mom. Real quick. One time I called my mom on the broadcast to tell her I got laid the night before, and she did this. She did that. She was like, "Oh, I'm so proud of you."
That's awesome.
Good job, sweetie.
It was just.
That's great. That's great.
Awesome.
It's always good to hear that stuff. Second things, we do questions at the end of the show. I hope the mods have the link. If not, I think Zeke, you do. If you want to drop that in chat, it'll take you over to a Google form. You can submit questions. We've added some new things there this time around. Those being, are you a Twitch TV streamer, and would you like your stream critiqued? And if yes, link your stream and advise your normal schedule below. So one of the things we're going to do, probably not this episode, but in future episodes, is if you guys want us to take a look at your stream, we'll critique it. We'll watch a quick highlight or something, drop into your stream throughout the week or something like that, and then give you advice on what you could do better, from graphics to production to chat interaction to whatever. And we'll see how that goes in the future. We're always looking for new stuff to do here on Dropped Frames. So those will be answered towards the end, and we'll start the critiquing in the future. Elo, you've got your hand up. This is a free form show. Feel free to
I'm just what was that link again? If you guys could please come critique.
Oh, it's
I would really appreciate if you guys would stop by.
There you go, Elo.
Thank you.
We linked it.
Thank you. I'll fill that out for it.
Okay, great. Go ahead and submit it. Cool.
Get a green screen, first thing.
Get a green screen, number one. Yep, that's the first advice. No, it's not. I was telling everyone I can't key you out because your wall is the same color as your skin. So it's impossible. I can't key your wall out, man. Just paint your wall green and you'll solve it. You could still have your biggest fan there, and then the chair. What is the chair about? Is that just do you have a ghost that sits behind you, or is that just there?
Yeah, this is my imaginary friend. No, my brother occasionally comes in and sits on the stream for a little bit, or Cora on a very rare occasion. So we just kind of keep it here in case somebody decides to come join us. I got friends too.
Gotcha. Okay.
People I know.
All right.
I'm there. Listen, I know people. Okay. There's a couple. I got a neighbor and all sorts of stuff. They just come sit in. It doesn't matter to me.
Awesome stuff. All right. Well, let's go ahead and jump straight into the show and talk about what we've been streaming this week. And I think for all of us, it is a little bit short since we didn't stream at all this weekend. We were all at PAX South, but I think we've all jumped into Dying Light. which came out yesterday. Some of us had access on Monday. I was not interested in this game in the slightest. I knew about it a little bit from some E3 trailers, but it's actually pretty fun. Like, I was not interested in another zombie game here, January 2015. There's been a billion of them, but I'm enjoying it a lot. Co, have you been playing it all on your channel? What are you playing?
Yeah, well, besides H1Z1, which I'm still bouncing back, and actually now I'm probably going to be playing more that they got the Battle Royale button, but
Yep.
Dying Light really surprised me. I got access to it actually a little bit ago, but unfortunately the terms of streaming it were to not broadcast certain portions, and as I didn't want to play through the game before streaming it, that's not something that's really feasible for somebody who does all their content live. But I got it for the first time today, and oh man, it's almost like semi-open world. Really rewards you for exploring. You can approach situations differently. Tons of crafting, pretty in-depth and interesting weapon system, and it's just a lot of fun. It's a really good time.
Now, are you having, I think the biggest thing right now, thanks to Total Biscuit, is that a lot of people are talking about the performance. Are you having any issues? You're running at 1080p, right?
I am. I'm doing a 1080p. I honestly, I had to do the kind of two general fixes, which are view distance to 0 and turn off motion blur. And I did find that actually made a pretty big increase to the point where, you know, it's totally playable. I'm not having playable issues. But on that note, there definitely is something going on, because I was watching a stream right before I got on that the system was comparable to mine, and he was getting like single to low double digits frames. Like,
damn.
Like it was bouncing between 8 and 15, and when he'd turn around, the game would literally freeze for a second. It was really weird.
Yeah, not that he needs the viewership or anything on his videos, but if you want to watch a port report, Total Biscuit put it out this morning, kind of showing everything that is wrong with that game. One of the CPU cores was at like 100% usage at all times. So there's definitely something that needs to be patched in there. And even in SLI, like the performance issues were completely identical to just a single card. So there's definitely something wrong that hopefully they're going to be patching. But apart from that, it runs pretty well. Like, when I say that it runs poorly, it's like sub 60, and that's like very nitpicky, I think, for a lot of people that play these games. So, Zeke, I saw you playing it last night. What are your experiences with the game?
I really, 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 really want to come on this show sometime and just slam, because I thrive on negativity, and I really want to slam a game, but I loved it, man. I'm sorry. I really, really liked it a lot. It's a great game. There was some issues in certain parts. I heard a lot of people with an AMD versus an NVIDIA were having did I say that right?
What? AMD processor?
Yeah, AMD versus video. Yeah. Or
yeah.
ATI. Yeah. Same thing.
Yeah, there you go. The different processors. The AMD people were having problems. The other people were not. I had no problems, except there was like a couple of areas where I would turn it, it would go but never in a really high tense situation. It was mostly in the safe zone or whatever. But as far as the running and jumping and grabbing and crafting and hitting, it's very, very satisfying combat.
It's fun killing zombies, it turns out.
This in particular, it really, really is, because when you have a melee weapon, you can really feel it when you smack them. And also if you have a ranged weapon like a Molotov cocktail, it's really satisfying to because it's got a good range, good blast radius and stuff like that. But everything about it is I had no problems with it. The story, I wish the story was more in depth. It's that my only complaint. I didn't really feel like it was important.
Yeah,
but
it's
the game
driving force to more things.
Yeah, but yeah, I love it. I'm having a blast, and I can't wait to delve into the co-op with some of these fucking beards.
Yeah, that's Elo. You were talking a little bit about the game before we went live, and first off, your experiences with it single player wise, and secondly, I think you're the only one that knows anything about the co-op experience. So talk about that a little bit.
Okay, I know very, very, very little, and I'm sure chat's gonna yell at me as soon as I say something wrong. But okay, so single player. Okay, after about like 8 hours of streaming it this morning, because I've only had my hands on it for 8 hours this morning. I've had a phenomenal time with it. What I did notice is that after a prolonged period of time, I think about 6 hours, things occasionally started to get a little choppy. Just every now and then, like every 15 minutes, something will just go. Boom, and we keep going. But the biggest thing that I saw with it was the quality of my stream. For some reason, a lot of people, and I've heard that it wasn't just my stream, it's been a lot of people who've been streaming Dying Light, that the quality of the actual stream itself is lower. Like really? Mine was affected, yeah. And
I gotta step in here real quick. I did check with the other members of our stream team, LO, and it does look like there was some global Twitch issues today involving dropping frames, quality levels going back and forth. That may have not been Dying Light.
Okay, and that's totally
but there's
fair.
no question, you're right. The quality level of all the streams today, we're having major issues.
Okay, because a lot of people, I don't get a lot of people saying that they, have too many jumps or lag. In fact, I usually get applauded for my stream setup. But today, I assumed it was the game, but it could have just been a global Twitch thing, which is totally fair. But I attribute it more to the game itself. I thought maybe I'd have to do some tweaking. I did the same thing that Coh did, which is drop the frame, field of view, or not field of view, sorry, view distance, which is different, and then mess with the motion blur. But no. The game is, listen, when I remember very vividly watching the trailer for Dead Island, okay? And the Dead Island trailer is probably one of the best trailers I had ever seen at the time for a video game. And it was this backward, slow motion thing about this family getting bit, and then the girl, it was just huge.
It was one of the best trailers.
Oh yeah,
in a very long time. It's up there with like the Gears of War trailer with Mad World in terms of how good it was.
Yep, I attribute it to one of the top three, easy. Okay, and if you haven't seen it, look it up on YouTube. But when I saw that, I was so excited for Dead Island, and I played Dead Island, and I liked it. It was okay. It was kind of like, okay, whatever. I get what you're doing. This game is what I thought Dead Island should have been. Like,
dude, I agree, and it's by the same devs. Like, it seems like they just made this game again, but actually made it good.
But made it the way that trailer. Dude, it did the trailer for Dead Island justice.
I remember, it really does. I remember the first day that Dead Island came out and all the developer tools were still in it. Like when you download it from Steam, you could just no clip around. And so like I beat the game in like an hour because I was just no clipping to waypoints. I just broke the game. I was spawning all like the M4s with ammos and stuff. It was completely fucking terrible.
No,
and this game is the complete opposite, like you were saying.
I mean, I'll have fun in any physics-based open, semi-open world. Okay, like you give me any, even if it's bad or there's glitches, we'll have fun. But man, this game is absolutely incredible. So the multiplayer, I haven't messed very much with the multiplayer, but from what I can see, this is kind of the breakdown. You can have co-op. I had a guy jump into my game for a very brief time. You can have co-op, I believe, up to 4 people. I know at least 2. Obviously, it's co-op. But up to 4 people, I believe. And then on top of that, there's this thing called invasions. And you can actually, on the main menu, you'll see play as a zombie or something like that.
Yeah, I saw that. I didn't click it.
And that's where you actually invade somebody's game as a zombie and you try to take them down. And it reminds me, and I haven't seen it in action yet, but the idea reminds me of Dark Souls, the Dark Souls franchise, where they kind of invade your area in certain locations, and then you kind of duel it out in whatever parameters that are there. But the person plays as the zombie is what I've gotten so far. So I'm really, really excited to see that. I'll probably be messing around with that quite a bit. Maybe not tomorrow. I think I'm going to focus on story still tomorrow and kind of building up, my character and stuff. But then I think in a couple of days I'll probably be doing a lot of multiplayer with that and really kind of going in depth because I'm very, very curious to see exactly how it all works out. If it's fun, and maybe how we can get together, like you guys and I, we can jump in a game in co-op or 2 or 3 or 4 people. It'd be absolutely insane. Because that would be so fun. Imagine you like drop kicking one of the zombies.
Yeah. No, the drop kick is the best part.
Beating. Oh yeah.
If you haven't gotten that upgrade yet, by the way.
Zeke's over there with a hammer, like smack. It'd be great.
I got pooped on by my chat today because I had the opportunity to take drop kick and I didn't because I was like,
man.
I thought vaulting drop kick is way better.
It's so awesome.
Satisfying.
Oh my god.
It's so bad for that. I was like, okay, I got to get my whatever agility. I don't know which one it is, but I got to get that shit up again so I can get another level, so I can get the drop kick, so everybody stops
And then
hating.
the other one,
a second drop kick. There's
yeah,
there's
I haven't
an
gotten
added
ground
addition to
pound
it.
yet. Ground pound is like one for two-handed weapons. I don't know what that looks like, but it seems like it's gonna be good. It seems like it's gonna be good.
You know what I was doing? Go ahead.
Do you know if there's leaderboards for the zombie mode? Because I can imagine all of a sudden I immediately thought of Watch Dogs.
Yeah, as soon as I got into the game today, I had a bunch of people coming in and going, Watch Dogs, Ella, Watch Dogs. And I didn't know why, because, okay, for those of you who don't know, I, for a very brief period of time, was #1 in the hide and seek
I remember that
multiplayer for PC. Like, I was #1 in the world for PC. And I really excel at hide and seek games, which is kind of weird. Like Evolve, I do pretty well, and those kind of parameters. I have no idea why.
I thought you were gonna be like, look, I am this neighborhood champion at hide and seek. All the kids come and play hide and seek, and I win every time. Fuck those guys. Fuck them.
My childhood was very Binding of Isaac, so I had to run around. So anyways, that's what I heard. I don't know if it's anything comparable, if they have leaderboards or anything like that. Again, it's one of those things that I can't wait to explore, but a lot of people were drawing that conclusion coming into my stream immediately. So I'm super excited, and it's been a while since I just got into a game and I played it through and I got through the honeymoon phase and I got off stream and was like, I should have streamed for like 2 more hours. Like, I can't wait to get back in. Should I stream tonight?
Dude,
Maybe
it's
I'll stream
actually,
tonight.
I don't
Like,
understand why it's addicting. Like, I was the same way last night where it was time for me to end the stream. I was like, I actually kind of want to keep playing. And that's very rare.
That's why I did 2 hours, because usually I'm like, okay, drop frames. I don't have I can start start getting ready an hour later. I got up and I was like, I want to play this game some more. So I'm like,
that's very rare. Super rare for a single player game like that to grab me. And I, like you said, I really want to check out the multiplayer. I know Sacriel has been streaming a lot of it, but I haven't had a chance to catch a stream because he streams kind of your same hours, Ella, where everyone else is sleeping here in America.
Oh yeah.
But I really want to check that out, and I also want to see the zombie stuff as well. But it would be cool to run around and like do multiple drop, like have 4 people drop kick on the same target at the same time. Like, what would happen? How would that go?
Like some Ninja Turtle shit.
Yeah, exactly.
What I want to know if there's friendly fire. Then you can have rooftop duels.
Ooh.
Just like drop kicks only on a rooftop, last man standing. Get the 4 of us together.
Rumble.
Oh my god! I'm like, it would be hilarious. Yeah, this is something I was doing for fun. I got to share this with you, I don't think I hear you, by the way, if you're talking.
Nope, he mutes his stuff in between.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, I saw your mouth, but I didn't hear you. This is what I've been doing, awesome. And I've been like, I'm gonna look over at my sub alert in like 30 seconds, and the person that I draw up, that's who I'm giving this to. Like, I'm delivering this massive kick for. So I'm like looking over. I'm like, all right. Ben likes to fart 37. I'm like, here I go for you. And I'm like, bam, kick some guy in the face. I'm like, thanks for the follow, Ben. Like going crazy. And the chat's like, yay, me. And I'm like, let's do this. I was just running around drop kicking people for like an
it's so
hour.
good. The other fun stuff is the environment. Like you can drop kick people into spikes on a door. And the zombie will just like get him fucking impaled. It's awesome. It's really cool. Or when a zombie
out with his goddamn drop kick shit.
Or when a zombie just like is walking around and then just walks into the door and kills himself. Like I've seen some really funny zombie AI things where it's
climbing over the rail and then they just fall.
Yeah, like a zombie did that and he just fell.
Get you! Oh goddamn!
Yeah, he fell like
that
3 stories.
With a cop today, man. A cop was pursuing me. He kind of flops onto the top of the car, then staring making eye contact. He flops himself onto some spikes and just keeps staring at me.
His arms still moving at you and shit.
Yeah, it was great.
Dude, the batons that the cop have are actually crazy good.
My God, don't tell me about
you can
this
make a
shit.
sick upgrade.
I'm sorry, Zeke. I'm sorry.
I did get an electric knife, though.
Nice. I got a gun last night with 13 rounds and then died because at night, it turns out this game is 100% different than it is during the day. It's not
gotten to it. People
yeah, no one's talking about it yet because no one goes out at night because you die so fucking quick if those hunters see you. It's really, really scary, too, because of how dark it is. Like, the lighting in that game, your screen basically goes pitch black. and you really start playing by the compass. And if you don't have the torch on, or sorry, the flashlight on, it's impossible to see anything. And so I wonder, like at the end of the game or towards the end of the game, if you can actually combat those guys.
Okay.
So I don't know.
You also get twice as much experience and money at night.
You get a lot. Yeah, they reward you.
Yeah, if you go out in the evening, at night you get double whatever, double the experience points and money and all that stuff. Here's what I've learned is that the UV ray that you get is different from your flashlight.
Yeah.
And so what I was running around doing even at night, I would run and the people would be behind me. I'd turn around, flash it at them for a second. They'd shriek back and I'd keep running, turn around, and just keep doing that. And it was working really, really well. In fact, I was able to run around at night quite a bit and not run into too many problems. I mean, it's intense and it's hectic as fuck, but it works. It's effective. So that's what I've been doing. And I know that there's a skill soon that I'm going to unlock that allows me to like look behind me while I'm running forward and show the UV ray behind me.
Oh, okay.
So I'm so sorry, Zeke. I keep like revealing this shit to you and you haven't even been sorry, man. But
no, it's completely okay. I'm used to. I mean, I'm a live streamer, so I'm used to assholes just spoiling shit for me. I expected better from you, but no big deal.
You know what? My favorite part at the end was when.
It's not like we brought him in the show as a guest or anything, so it's cool. Just give him a pass.
Right, sure. Sorry.
I'm allowed to do whatever I want.
Stroking you, a little bit more than I am.
I start like pushing the cameras around and shit. I'm like, whatever, man. I'm the guest. I always say one more thing about this game though that I want to make sure I touch on. You guys said that you didn't like the story very much. I don't really like the story as a whole either. I wasn't really drawn into it. I think part of that is the fact that I'm streaming it. I tend to talk a lot, and
there is a lot of dialogue in this game.
There is, and I hate doing dialogue when there's a bunch of people there wanting me to fight zombies. I'm sitting here listening to this guy explain why he's poor for an hour, But here's what I will say is that the main character, just the main character's voice acting seems really strong. I really like the main character's voice acting, and I like, and I'm not going to spoil anything, but there's some certain twists there where the main character that you don't really realize what you're about and who you are until like a certain couple of events happen. And it was really like, why did I just do that? Like, aren't I supposed to be the good guy, like helping everyone? It's like, this isn't something that a good guy would do. Like, there's times he intentionally like sabotages, whole organizations in there. Like, and I'm just like, holy crap! And I did respect that. I respected that because it kind of surprised me. But I do agree. The story is kind of lacking. But those two specific things, I thought I wanted to mention at least that I did enjoy those, and I thought they were pretty strong. So
we didn't really talk about the weapon customization stuff. I'm also, maybe you guys can explain it because I have no idea. So you can repair a weapon after it's been used, right? But how many times, like there's only a certain amount of times in the bottom right hand corner next to the little wrench that you can repair. Is there a way to get that meter back, or is the weapon done?
That's the system's designed to make you keep going from weapon to weapon to weapon. You can only repair a weapon X amount of times. And some weapons you can't repair at all, like Excalibur or whatever it's called, that crazy sword you have at the beginning. But every weapon is designed so you can only repair it a certain amount of times.
Or concrete on a stick.
Oh yeah, the rebar.
I accidentally deleted that. I'm really sad. I didn't get
there's a bunch of them. You'll find more.
Are there? Okay, good.
Oh yeah. Here's what I will say about this. And I think it should be mentioned is that even though these weapons are ultimately designed to fail, there's a lot of skill points that you can put into to keep their durability up, and even give you a chance when you repair it that it won't take a number off.
Yeah, I saw that. I got that skill point, but I don't know.
There's ways to prolong.
I get attached to my weapons, man. I don't want to lose the. I have an orange baseball bat that I've like upgraded. That is just amazing. I just got a fire axe that's orange, which is just ridiculously good. It's two-handed fire axe. And then I got, what was the other weapon? Shit. Oh, I have that. I still have that stupid gun, but I'm like, guns are worthless. I fired 13 rounds into one of those guys at night, and he just fucking cackled at me and ran and killed me.
The guns are really effective versus the regular enemies, like just a zombie or.
I threw 3 grenades.
That's on people.
Yeah. I threw 3 grenades and unloaded 13 bullets into those guys at night, and he didn't even stop in his steps, man. I don't know how you kill those guys, or even if you can, or if they're just.
Oh yeah.
Sorry.
Here's it.
Don't answer. If there's a way to kill, we'll find it out. We'll find it out.
Yeah, yeah.
We'll put up the spoiler tag for Zeke. I'm sorry, Zeke. I'm sorry. Spoiler warning.
I haven't been in night.
I like failing. I'm at my best. Seriously, I provide the best entertainment.
When you fail,
I am losing and I am failing.
That's true.
Okay, let me ask you this, Zeke, because I don't want to ruin this because it's one of my favorite enemies. So, have you seen any enemy that might be yellow? Have you seen any yellow enemies around?
No.
That's it. That's all I have to say. Now, you don't know the mechanic that comes with these. Okay, then I won't talk about it, but it's my favorite fucking enemy. And I won't say anything that comes around with him, but that is my favorate enemy. Go play the fucking game, Zeke, so we can talk about this shit.
Here's another thing. On day one releases, I found this out. I have found this out playing day one releases with with Man, like all kinds of different people. I play games so fucking.
That's very true. Yeah, I'm sorry by the way for the chat yesterday. Like I finished the intro thing where you can finally play co-op. I was like, oh, I wonder if Zeke's done. And then like everyone apparently went over to your chat and was like, JP wants to talk to you, Zeke. He wants to talk to you. He texted me and shit. Like I was wondering where you're at, but.
Yeah, no, I was taking my time figuring out stuff. Also, I don't think I might not have like the smarts that you guys have.
Don't sell yourself short, Zeke.
To figure shit.
You're not just a pretty.
A ton of times though. He never counts. Zeke never counts the fact that he plays everything blind. He doesn't read chat. He doesn't take tips. Of course, you're gonna play the game slower.
Yeah, sure. I guess.
The second I get to something, I'm like, so guys, what do I do here? And I'm just like waiting at chat.
See, and I used to be the way Zeke is.
Open the door with the code I didn't see. Okay, cool. And then
I used to be the way Zeke is, where I just didn't read chat at all. And now I'm like code because I don't want to deal with the frustration of chat being like, "Go left, you idiot! Why are you not doing that? Go to the left." And then I go left and nothing's there.
On a wrench, going, why can't I make like a gauze wrench? I can't make a gauze wrench. What kind of this game sucks.
You're literally breaking the code of the game, trying shit that nobody tried before in the betas and everything and other development teams. Okay, let me ask you this, Zeke. Okay, so as far as leading up to a game.
Like, let me spoil this for you now.
No. As far as leading up to a game, because I'm with code, like when I run my stream, I like it to be like me and a bunch of guys on the couch playing video games. So I have the controller, right? But they're saying, oh, try this or try that or whatever. And I'm comfortable with that because that's how I've gamed my whole life. You know, like I'm sitting on the computer. So that's where I kind of come from. But kind of true to what you're saying, I do not look up or read or watch trailers for anything that has to do with a game that I already know I'm going to play. So like Dying Light, I saw like a little clip or a little like whatever, and I said, I'm going to play that. I already know, and I cut everything out. I don't want to know. I don't want to watch trailers. I don't want to read blogs. I don't want to hear from the viewers. Just let me jump in and have this nice, pure experience with it. And I love that.
I have an exact response for that. I was... I don't know if you guys were at PAX South, but I was at PAX South this last weekend.
Tell me about it. The PAX of the South.
I was walking around and I saw on this little tiny corner. I didn't know why this game that I've been looking forward to for a long time just had this one monitor with one system, no huge sign behind it or whatever. Maybe it's because PAX South like came so quick and like didn't have time to prepare, or they didn't know how it was gonna go, whatever. But I was walking by and I was like, do. Hold on, let me imitate. Ready? I was like, do, and I went, ah! Hotline Miami 2, which I've been looking forward to forever. I'm a huge fan of the first one. Love the feel of the game. Love the music and everything. And I was like, why is there no like huge signs and like big wacky waving guys like, hey, Hotline, come get it. But it was like just on one console, like 20-inch screen. I walked up and I was like, all right. I played like seriously 3 minutes. It's like done. I don't want to none more. I'm good. Okay, we're good. Because I'm the same way, you know. Yep. I'm the same exact way. It's like I don't want anything. Like I want it to be a surprise. It's so much more fun. Like when you're playing a game, and like every once in a while you'll come to a part and it goes like the chills just go. Yeah. And I don't want that. I relish that experience.
It's true.
I am probably looking forward to Witcher 3 more than anyone. I have a whole Witcher-thon planned for it. I haven't seen a single promotional video.
Man, they've been pumping them out too, so that's impressive.
Preview. I mean, people are like, dude, did you see the awesome special they did on their site? I'm like, nope. And I'm not going to.
And this is really off topic, but more so than any other developer, they're going like the route of YouTube right now and just straight up showing like YouTube clips and like 15-minute chunks. They'll just show like a gameplay session. That's it. There's no like bullshit publisher thing where they come in just to show like a swooping vista or anything. It's just like, we're gonna go get this quest, we're gonna go kill this monster, and then we're gonna say Witcher 3 is out on this date, and that's our trailer. And it's really smart, but it's also really shitty because some people just don't want to watch that stuff.
If there was wisdom I could impart to any gamer, it is never ever overhype. Never overhype. Hype is the killer. Okay? When you walk into a game for the first time, even games you've never even heard of, those are some of your favorite experiences because you're not expecting anything. Like, I didn't watch a lot of Far Cry 4 and stuff like that. I remember specifically, I didn't know that, like, rhinos could, like, come in and, like, knock cars and stuff. And that was apparently all over everything. So the first time it happened to me, I'm like, holy crap, those rhinos just came in. My whole chat's like, yeah, duh. You know, like, duh, rhinos are coming in. But like and even with movies now, movies are the same way with me. If I hear a movie that's coming out, it helps tremendously.
Movies are my Achilles heel, man. I have to get hyped for like Ultron. Like I see the fucking trailer, Avengers, and I'm just like, well, I'm there day one, and then I'll watch it again and like look for all the little clues about everything. Like I'm that guy when it comes to movies.
Okay,
games I just don't care, but.
Yeah, I can't do that anymore because there was a couple of years there I was really not enjoying video gaming. Everything that came out, I was looking for my next big MMO, and it just never came out. And nothing, whatever game never came out that I liked. I could never be happy because I would just down to the little minute detail be reading and watching, and I gave that up. So yeah. Anyways, I digress.
Well, anything else that you guys have been playing on your channel? I know you went back to some H1Z1. How's I think I'm going to play... I haven't gotten back to it yet because Dying Light came out, but you played post-loot patch? When did you play?
I did. The third loot patch took. Yes. It took 3 lines in patch notes, but the third one took too much, actually. But... as I've said many times on my channel, I personally feel it's much better to have too much loot and work back, especially in early access, than have not enough loot and work forward. So what they did was they put in a patch that containers respawn a lot more, overland respawns a lot more. There's tons of guns, tons of ammo. It takes generally about 20 minutes now on a server to find about some decent guns and ammo. A lot more spawn points. It's really fantastic. It was so much loot that they've already done another patch to reduce it a little bit.
Nice.
And as a big note that's really great, they added a play battle royale button. So now whenever a server comes up, you can just click a button. And the next step after that they've announced is a queue.
They're going to do the global queue, which is perfect.
That's going to be great.
The only thing I worry is that's going to be like an hour-long queue because they only have like 20 BR servers right now, I think.
Yeah,
really low.
What I'm hoping is they're gonna. And Battle Royale is a very unique beast because of how long the games can last and everything. Especially when you think about it, how many at some points that entire server is going to be between 1 and 10 people for potentially like an hour plus.
Oh yeah, that's what in Arma 3 like. Yeah. The other thing too is that in Arma 3 it was usually around the server would start at 48 and would cap out, or no, it would start at 42, I think, and cap out at 48. They've since moved it to 64 on some servers for Arma 3 Battle Royale. But this is like 200 people each game. So I haven't played in a game of Battle Royale yet just because it's so hard to get into. But what's the farthest you've gone and how long did that take before you died?
Well, it took me a few rounds to get used to it. And I've probably played now about 7 or 8. I don't think I've done much better than like top 20. But there's a few reasons for that. Primarily, first of all, I have clearly been stream sniped a few times, which sucks. But I do need to say that I do publicly pick my servers so other people can join. I do it on screen. And the other thing that really kind of sucks is also because how they sequentially come up, even if you try to hide your screen, people will generally have an idea when you get into a BR game. Yeah. Another thing that is really bothering me is how much I'm seeing teaming.
Oh yeah, no,
now,
that was
granted,
rampant.
A couple times I've actually killed 2 people trying to kill me, but man, I mean, probably 4 of my 7 times I've been killed by teams where there'll just be one guy in cover and one guy running around, and the second you shoot at that guy, all of a sudden he's shooting at you from.
It's really unfair.
It's kind of
because the other thing too is maybe you'll just see one guy and you'll kill him, and then you immediately like loosen up, and then you start go to like loot his body, and then the guy's just sitting there waiting and kills you. That's the part that frustrates me to no end. But I don't know how you stop that in this game. Like, how do you stop teaming?
Arma 3 Battle Royale, they banned teamers. If they caught people teaming, both of them got removed from the Battle Royale service.
That was maybe like what, 1,500 people a day playing that game, maybe. Like, this is probably like
that's true.
1 billion more than that.
That's very true. And also the lines are really blurry. And the stuff that happens is then you just have teamers that get better at not looking like a team.
Oh yeah,
really.
yeah.
So it's not really a feasible solution. But I will say that I'm hoping they double to triple the amount of BR servers. I think that would really help.
Oh,
and
100%.
it's really unfortunate because it's awesome. Once you
really
get a few
is,
games in, man, you get addicted. Like it's such a different multiplayer experience.
I will straight up say, when you're in the final, and this is Arma 3, I haven't played H1Z1 Battle Royale yet, but when you're in the final 2 of a Battle Royale match, it is like the most intense fucking thing. You don't even realize that you're streaming at that point. You zone in on your monitor. You just like fade out from the world, and it's so intense. Like I equate it to like what it would feel like playing in like the World Championships of anything. It's fucking crazy, and I hope that people get to experience that because it is insane.
I kind of go ahead, Zeke.
No, I was getting back to the teaming note, like people teaming up and stuff, and someone said it very sarcastically in chat, but it's not. It's a valid point. What's wrong with like getting on with like a couple of your buddies? Say, hey, let's go in Battle Royale and let's team up and see if one of us can make it to the top.
That's exactly
I was actually just typing a response because a lot of people are at that point. I don't have a lot of experience in BR. I was playing it from a single player perspective. I mean, a few times people offered to team with me, and I was like, no, and shot them. I was. It's really
okay.
It was supposed to be.
No, Co, what you do? One of the best things ever. Some guy came up to me and was like, "Hey, do you want a team?" And I didn't have a gun, and he did. I'm like, "Yeah, let me have your gun." He gave me his gun. I shot him and walked off.
Okay, listen, you guys. Okay,
that's how it's done, man.
Before Battle Royale was this big thing, it was the movie, right? Battle Royale.
Sure.
And that is what, like, in its essence, like the biggest part of that movie is the teaming. And the thing is that you make a team, with me or whatever, or that person. But the thing is, inevitably, one of us is going to have to make a choice to betray one of us at some point. That's what makes it so interesting to me. I like the idea of teaming. Because when you have that idea of teaming, at any point you have to worry about your teammate and their loyalty because they have to make that. There's no win condition for everybody. It's not like what was it? What game was it where they had like allied victories and stuff? It was like Warcraft 3, I think it was.
Yeah, Warcraft 3.
No,
it was StarCraft actually.
StarCraft, yeah.
Dude, that was so fun to do
victories here, and that brings such a cool dynamic to it because at the end you're like, well, do I shoot him now because this is advantageous for me, but there's still 15 people left, or do I keep going? And if I keep going, when's he going to shoot me? That was always the fun of it. And another thing, Co, if you're really having an issue with it and you really want to bring attention to it, you could just get everyone from your stream group and get everybody on the same BR server and make like a nice 20-man team and go and stomp everybody else, and then you let them kill you, and then you're like, I win, take your winnings back to your server and start doing airdrops with them. Because can't you win airdrops and stuff?
That's true. There are stuff.
Yeah, you can.
You want to make an issue out of this. There's ways about going about it.
That's true. I didn't really think about that.
It'd be dirty as hell. But these guys, who could, what? You're against teaming now that I got 20 people?
How much are the event tickets going to be? Do you guys know? I know you get them from in-game, but can't you buy them? The event tickets down the line? No. Because they're not. You're still not using them right now, right? They haven't triggered. Okay.
I will say, though, it is kind of interesting because if you look at the reward spread, like there is a point, and it's I think it's like between the 5th and 8th where like anything above that and you're getting stuff back. So the premise is like if it was just like the very top person got a whole bunch of rewards and then it dramatically went down, that would be a lot more interesting because then you couldn't even do a 2-man. But I think even at one point the top 2 were getting the same reward. So it's like then the top 5 get their win, like what they put in back. So it got a little bit weird. But I do say I think it would be kind of fun if there was a BR kind of mode or type that kind of was single player only, like maybe it disabled. Well, I was gonna say disabled voice chat, but then you could use a TeamSpeak 3. But I do kind of see Elo and talking about the movie and stuff like that. There's no question that the the angle of human interaction and those mini kind of strategic alliances and stuff. They make it more interesting for sure. And honestly, seeing how many other people did it, I may start doing that more in the future myself. Just going in with people I know or finding people that want to group up in the game and stuff like that. You kind of have to if you want to win.
Yep. Zeke, I know you've been wanting to jump in, so here you go.
I just want to say I can't wait until I can wait, but like it's just there's so many things going on. Like every once in a while, like you're playing and there's like a month where it's just like a slump. You're just like,
dude, and it's usually January. It's usually January.
Yeah, you're waiting for shit. But like right now, I've got 2 awesome games that I want to play all the time, but I have to pick one, and I'm picking the one that I am enjoying the most right now. I will probably go back to H1Z1 because it's a completely different feel. You know, it's not nearly as fast paced or urgent. That kind of stuff. Like you're sitting around gathering, blackberries all day, like when you pop in. And then you grab other stuff, but like the other game, it's like jumping and running, you climbing, and you stop, pick that up, go over here, that kind of stuff. But they're both awesome games, and it's tough to pick. So that's all I want to say. It's like
wait, what was the other game? What was the other game you're talking about?
H1Z1 and Dying Light.
Oh, okay. Why? Nobody's mentioned Evolve yet, dude.
All's closed.
Well, yeah, it's closed right now, but I mean, it's going to be here in like early February. So
I gotta say, I'm actually like, I think I'm evolved out, just because of how much they've shown in the past 6 months. Like, I complained about this the other day on Twitter, and it's a total first world problem. I have 4 different versions of Evolve installed, 4 fucking different versions right now. That is unheard of. Like, it's insane. It's over 100 gigs of fucking Evolve. And I've played maybe like 20 hours of it. It's a great game. Don't get me wrong. Like it's a lot of fun, but I just feel like I've already played it. I've already played it. It's in the past. For me.
I actually couldn't agree with you more, JP. I mean, it got to a point. The recent round of Evolve. I got my streaming team in. I got some of my buddies in. Actually, a couple of you guys, and it got to the point where I played it for like an entire day, and then when I went to start my stream the next day, I was just kind of like, I had this moment of, there's 4 guys versus a monster. I can pick one of those. I've literally done that for about 40 to 50 hours at this point. Like, it just got to the point where it's kind of like it stopped really being horribly interesting for me. Like, I need that game to evolve a little bit. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. I'm sorry. But
damn it.
I need the game.
Guys,
I need the game.
See you next week. We're out. We're done.
Yeah, I need it to get more.
Sorry for the
like
short
a different
show.
game mode or something.
Yeah.
Something needs to happen. Like maybe more heroes, maybe more monsters. Even with the new heroes and stuff, like the basic gameplay loop started getting repetitive for me.
How much of that feeling comes from the fact that we only had a limited number of people that were able to play the game when we were doing it?
It might be true.
I think that when there's going to be, I think that, and this is my theory, is I understand what you're saying because I felt the exact same thing. But I think when the gates open up on February 11th or something like that.
Yeah.
I think when those gates open up and everybody's able to go in and we have so many different types of people and everything, I think it's going to enrich the experience. We're not having to look and find other people who have a press pass like us to jump in. We're just going to be able to jump in, hit search, jump in solo queue, and just do whatever the fuck we want to do.
Maybe that'll be the fun thing. Well, it won't actually. Solo queuing with 3 other people is probably going to be a terrible time. You want to play that game with friends, I think 100%. But I don't like personally. If I were to weigh in, I don't like primarily PvP only games. I've never been like a huge fan of like just doing battle because I completely I'm just like, okay, I've shot a gun, I've placed a mine, what else is there to do? It's never been my cup of tea or bread and butter. I'm always been more akin to games with stories and that kind of stuff.
And I can respect that. I like the global arena. I think the global arena adds a lot to the game in a way that it doesn't always feel like the same fight, where the monster can go up and down levels, in the terrain, the other wildlife that's there, the composition of, the hunters. I think that makes it interesting for me.
If I may make an analogy.
Go for it. No.
The way I look at it it's like you have like a whole basket full of apples. I see like one apple, one apple, one apple, one apple. They're all the same apples. You look at the apple and go, oh, there's like bumps on this one. This one's completely different. Like, oh, there's a bruise on this one. This one's different. You know, it's like you look deeper in, like you can see deeper into that because you're more interested in apples than I am.
Exactly.
Fair enough.
Elo likes his apples.
I do, man.
He likes his apples.
There you go.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'm like being a little bit too harsh on the game, but I will probably jump into this on release because it's like I think everyone's gonna be playing it release week. But I have seen like the numbers for this game dwindle immensely from when it first launched. Like that first week where we all had access to it, I want to say it broke like 100,000 viewers on Twitch, and now I rarely see it in like the top 10 games unless I'm
streaming.
Maybe I'm just like watching it at the wrong time. So they did a great job initially, but I feel like it's been worn out on Twitch, and I wonder when the game actually launches for like actually releases how it's going to do. I really wonder how it'll do on Twitch with it being out for real. And there is some viewer confusion as well. When people join streams, they're like, I thought this was already out, or et cetera, et cetera. So,
oh, yeah.
It's weird when you have streamers giving your message for the game as a publisher, because sometimes there is mass confusion with a lot of stuff. But we'll see.
I will say I've never had more confused viewers with the Evolve stuff. Like with it going up and down and who has access and who can play and can we play and when can we play, and just like the way that they were spaced and given entry to, it just bred confusion.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had people coming in for months after November and going, "Why aren't you streaming Evolve?" Because that was my biggest stream. That was my biggest stream. I had like 13,000 people. Well, it was my biggest stream. I had like 13,000 people in there. So I was building a stream on that thing, you know, and then they took it away, which is fine. They needed to do whatever they needed to do. But then every day, at least 5+ times a day, sometimes ranging up to 20 times a day. When are you going to play Evolve? Aren't you playing Evolve? You know, there was a lot of confusion with that. And you know, I think they made the mistake, you know, you said it dwindling and stuff like that, JP. I think they made the mistake of having too few PR press people playing at the same. I think they needed to open up the floodgates to an alpha build and you know, bring in however many hundreds, you know, of people that they want to bring in, so that you had that flow of new people. And you know,
here's the perfect example of how it's fucking confusing. The game goes gold and they're tweeting at the same time, we just, like, the game went gold, that means it's ready for shipping. And then the next day, or maybe the day prior, they're like, all right, guys, get into the beta this weekend. And, like, obviously the beta is for testing servers, right? But it's like, fuck, that is so weird.
I gotta say, alpha and beta, the terms alpha and beta are some of the most misused terms these days in
It's become a marketing term. It doesn't mean anything. It's
horrible. Yeah. I mean, like a perfect example was the Arcade Alpha. They moved a finished product to the States. It was done.
Except it was all in Korean.
Already released, and they called it an alpha. I mean, seriously, they must not even understand what game development is in Tryon. I don't understand how anyone could have called that alpha.
It's
alpha
not that. It's that everyday people don't know what those terms mean when it comes to game design. Like, alpha is... I can't think of a game that's actually truly been alpha in the past, like, 4 years that they've put out.
Some of the early access stuff. Like
okay, that's very true.
Now you got early access.
Early access is another thing.
Yeah. It's like,
let's look at Forest, okay? Forest... You know, there's the whole point of the forest is you're supposed to rescue a kid. The kid's not in the game. Alpha, by definition, means that you're lacking fundamental pillars of gameplay. Something that makes your game is missing from the game. That's what alpha is. There's no optimization. Bugs are still there, not even looked at.
That's true.
You know, it's barely been playtest. That's alpha. Forest is alpha. But you look at some of these other games that are coming out, they're trying to steal money from you. Look how finished our game is for alpha. Wow, you should have more faith in our project. It's BS. It's
all marketing. Yeah. I gotta ask Ella, what is this like? Is this? Oh, there it goes. What is this, like, invisible monster that's jumping all the? Is this the newest one? We've got your stream up right now on stream. That's why I'm asking you. You're fighting against it, Ella.
Oh, do you?
That's so cheap.
What, the Wraith?
Is that what that is? Dude, he's just like zooming across the fucking world right now, destroying kids.
What, you're talking about
You
Raid?
should see Sacriel play that thing.
Dude,
it's like
Raid, it's the new monster. It has extremely low armor and health, like ridiculously low, but it has an ability to clone itself into an image, like a mirror image. It has the ability to abduct people. It's got all sorts of things. So yeah, it's pretty insane actually. Okay. But I think I like that monster the least out of all three. But they're also coming out with a fourth one, which is a very like tanky behemoth.
Is that DLC or is that going to be available at launch?
I think that is. Well, it's funny because I think if you pre-order, you get him for free.
Oh, for
but if you don't
sake.
pre-order, then it becomes a DLC.
God damn it!
Yeah.
God damn it! I know that game caught some flack recently on like our games for a lot of the DLC stuff. Don't they have $100 package at launch, like their limited edition?
I haven't even looked because, like you said, honestly, what you said earlier with the 4 different versions of my Evolve, I haven't even wanted to go and see what the actual like package costs or anything to do with it. I'm so confused as it is. The last thing I want to do is throw a 5th version in there right now. So I'm waiting.
This brings up actually a good question. I am definitely guilty of this. I want to know if you guys are guilty of this. Case in point, this is the most guilty I am of this that I can remember. First getting to know Co after the Intel
That was
competition.
the biggest mistake. Oh my.
Gets done.
Yep,
Says,
it all went downhill from there.
We're gonna do Archage. It's gonna be great. It's like, okay, he got me so pumped. It's like, but here's the thing. I was so jacked that we're gonna play a game. I'm on the same server. It's an MMO, and I haven't played an MMO since WoW. So I'm like really excited because he's excited, and he goes, "Hey, let's play this." And I was like, "Yep, let me do that." I went and I looked at it. I was like, "Okay, which one's the biggest, most expensive package?" I was like, "Yep, boo-doop." Bought it, purchased it. I'm not No, okay, Co. This is not me shitting on you. This is me saying, like, when I get excited for something and I'm like, oh, it's coming out, I just blindly pick, like, the best one.
Oh, you paid $150 for Arcade is what you're saying.
Yeah.
So did I. Same here. I think Co did as well. I think Ella did. We all did.
I think we all did.
Do we all play that for lots of games?
$600 was spent on Arcade between us, gentlemen.
Guys,
Okay.
between giveaways
Holy
and the
fuck.
channel, I gave them over $6,000.
Oh yeah. Between giveaways and buying extra. Oh yeah, definitely. Listen.
Anyway,
this is what I'll say. Go ahead. Go. You go.
I was just gonna say, let's let Zeke finish what he was saying.
I thought he was.
Beards, for Christ's sake.
I thought he was. I apologize. Zeke, did you have...
No, I was done. I want to hear your thoughts.
Okay. Here's the thing, though. I think it's different for us as streamers because we're not just gamers anymore. We have a business aspect to what we do. And I think having that, if there's something to show, we want to be able to show it on the fly. So if somebody asks us for the cool sloth glider that we get with the $150 pack, we want to be able to throw that up there. So I think for us, maybe it's a little, in other, broadcasters, it's a little different than if, the layman was just going to go buy. I think I would scrutinize a lot more what exactly I was getting with the packages. But yes, I do exactly what you do, but I do it because I want to make sure that I have everything on hand at the most that I can so that if anybody wants to see it or if I can improve my quality of my streaming somehow, that I have that available for them. And that makes sense. Yeah.
I have to say with what Zeke said, like Zeke, that is not only an amazing point, but I am guilty of that in many games.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's kind of our business.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But I have this unfortunate thing of it's twofold. It's a cascading issue. The first one is I'm a really excitable dude. So if there's something I'm really looking forward to, like H1Z1 was, I get really pumped about it. And I talk about the good things, and it's a lot of fun. And because of how much I like H1Z1, and this kind of goes back to what we were talking about last week, that's one of the reasons people got so frustrated with me. Because they came into the channel not liking the game, and they saw me all excitable and happy about what I was seeing, because I genuinely was, and they were like, screw this guy for disagreeing with me so vehemently. It was horrible. But then the second problem that plays into that is I can get really excited about stuff that I may not have, fully played or know the full, like that excitability is a double-edged sword. My perfect channel, or my perfect example is my very public fallout with WildStar, where I was really excited for a product that I hadn't really played yet, but I thought I was going to really like it, and my excitability got a lot of people hyped, and then I played it for 3 days, realized it was a copy of WoW in space, and I just walked away because I wasn't having fun. And again, that's one of those situations where my viewers were sending me messages and telling me that I wasn't before I realized I really wasn't. And it's that kind of twofold thing that a lot of times can get us in trouble. Keep in mind, I've learned a lot since then, and I will never let that happen again. It was a very
I think every streamer kind of has that game where they do get that excited over it, right? And I think the number one question that we all get asked as streamers is like, is this game any good? No matter what the game is, no matter who the streamer is, like whether you have 10 viewers, someone's gonna be in your chat, hey, is this game any good? And I hate that question, one, because it's asked so much, and two, because it's such like that. My answer now has become watch the stream. If you want to see if a game's good, watch the stream and make your own opinion. Because I'm not going to tell you how to spend your money. Because I'm going to tell you to spend the money, and then you might not like it. And I hate that. And I think that's kind of what you were just saying.
And I said that earlier. And I don't know how you guys feel about this, but I like feel an obligation when people's eyes are on me to be as honest about what's going on and stuff like that. And the thing is that, and I said this earlier, the honeymoon phase. There's the honeymoon phase of the game, you know, and you're really excited, like you guys talked about, that excitement and everything, and then you're, oh man, I can't wait to play because it's new. And that's the only reason you like it, but you don't know that yet. You only like it because it's new. Not because it's a good game, but it's not what you've been playing for the last 2 weeks. You know, so I try to be very, very, very careful about what I say now when I approach a game. People ask me, you're right, JP, I hate that question, because what I find entertaining is not going to be the same as Co.
Sure.
What Co finds entertaining is not going to be the same as Zeke. So for me to come out and say, oh yeah, absolutely, throw your money at this, I can't do that. I can't do it with a good conscience. So what I tell them is, listen, for me, this game makes sense. For the amount of money that I paid for it, I'm enjoying myself. I can imagine, I might even throw it into a category of how many movies worth is this? For a $10, $12, maybe $15 movie, wherever you're at, you get 2 hours of entertainment. Is this worth that for me in the long run? Can I justify that? For me, yeah, this morning was actually kind of a weird thing because normally, a lot of people ask me on day one, I'll be 2 hours into a game. So I'll be like, is it worth it? How does this compare to this? And how does this compare to that? I'm like, man, I just picked this game up. Like, I just picked it up. You're learning as I'm learning. But I think this morning was probably one of the few games where I started out going, guys, no, just look at the stream. See, like you say, JP, watch the stream, see how you feel about Dying Light. But then by the time I was done, I was like, listen, guys, if you like physics, and you like just random destruction and running around, I would say if you're gonna purchase a game and you like this stuff, this is a pretty solid game. I was not like totally selling it, but I know that I'm gonna be playing. I know how much I liked it.
I'm so fearful of answering it that way, man. I had the same thing like that last night. I was just like, I'm actually enjoying myself in this game, but I'm not gonna tell anyone to go buy it. Even though I think a lot of the responsibility of streamers, like that is kind of what we do in essence, right?
Yeah.
And so that's just a question I guess I'm going to keep on hating for the rest of the life.
That's what I was saying. It's very weird this morning because normally I would never say that. Normally I wouldn't. But I was having just so much fun with the damn game that I was like, I wanted to share this with people, you know? You get to that point where you enjoy a game so much that you're just like, I want to hear your story of when you kicked a zombie and he flew off the, that kind of thing.
Exactly.
So, anyway,
I tend to get, like, when I'm addressing that question, I tend to get more specific. Like, as far as I'd have no problem telling people to buy a game. I have no problem like saying like, yes, absolutely, it would get my vote to, if you had a choice of one game to buy this week, it would be this. I also have no problem like breaking it down to even more specific like prices. It's like, wait till it gets to your pawn shop. It's probably going to be worth the $15-20 you're going to pay there. Or like, yes, get this and the DLC. Spend $200. It's completely worth it. I have no problem. And then if people come back to me and say like, I spent blah 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 on this game, it's like, did you buy a Pocket Fisherman? Did you buy like the fucking Billy Mays Magic Putty or whatever the fuck? Did you do it because I told you to? Well, why don't you write them a letter too?
Yeah. That's true. That's true.
Step on up. Hey, viewers. Hey, game players. Come on down. Come on watch the stream. Well, here we go. Exactly. Oh, you're not good enough with the regular copy. You need the glider.
By the way.
It's like Conix. It's like Snake Oil.
Hold on. Shit, This actually pissed me off because I almost wanted to go back and play it. Did you guys see they put the Sloth glider finally in the US version of Arcade?
That's why I used that example. Yeah.
It looks so fucking cool.
It does.
It looks so fucking cool, man.
I love
just
it.
a fucking
Did you see Bikeman's? Did you see Bikeman's video?
idea how hard Bike Man worked for that, and then like 3 weeks later, it's a bot item on the store. He worked for like months to get that thing. Was the only like one of 5 people in the game to have it, and then they were just like, oh by the way, get it as a rare chance from one of our gambling chests.
Oh.
I'm so scared for Star Citizen and everybody asking
people are, no. Fuck that, man. People are already ruining their life with someone bought like a $40,000 ship.
You can buy a $15,000 pack right now. Yeah. You can give them $15,000. The game has not only become insanely pay to win, but at this point it's just like, stop taking money and finish the damn game. You guys are crazy.
Star Citizen.
You have a con for a game that doesn't exist.
Yeah,
like, dude.
That's going to be the game where I go, all right, what am I getting for this amount? This amount. That's the game. Because if I just go like, oh, here we go, $15,000, come join my battle cruiser. And I jump in the game and I'm like, this game's shit. I spent $15,000 on a battle cruiser, but I'm not going to use that.
The scary thing, here's the other scary thing too, is streamers, I bet you someone out there, someone on this panel, if we play Star Citizen, we play... On this panel, what the fuck? On this show, someone will get a $15,000 donation to buy that ship. I guarantee you that it'll happen.
That's tough.
I guarantee you it's gonna happen.
No, I don't.
Seriously though,
I'll bet you $15,000, Zeke.
As soon as he gets it, he's like, "Here you go, JP." JP's a mastermind, man.
JP.
Yeah.
JP, I'll bet you won't happen. I'll bet you a steak dinner.
Done. All right. What? Hold on. What we got to actually? What is the limit here? That someone are we gonna say like?
If someone gets a $15,000, okay.
Because you have to have a lose factor. Or sorry, I have to have a lose factor. What's the? Or 6 months after the game? What are we doing?
No, at any time. Okay, here's the bet.
Okay.
At any time. I'll even make it easier for you. At any time, if any of the people on this show, JP, Elohim, or me, own a $15,000 fucking ship in a video game, I will personally buy all. You know what? I'll buy all fucking 3 of you.
Well, you'll have $15,000, so yeah.
No. You have to own it in the game.
Okay. All right.
That's what I'm saying. You can't just get $15,000 and say like, "Oh, I got a donation for $15,000." No, you have to actually use that money to buy the thing. So once you own it in the game, I will buy all 3 of you a fucking steak dinner.
Okay.
That's such a waste of $15,000. Please don't make that bet.
I want to see it happen because there are millionaires out there that have nothing better to do than to light their money on fire.
Listen. Okay. I want to see it. I disagree. I disagree with JP that somebody's going to throw 15. I don't have
like a fucking waiter, and I will serve you these steak dinners.
If someone were to, here's the thing, in my channel, if someone were to donate $15,000, it would be for some really ridiculous troll reason, okay? That's how my high rollers run, right? My high rollers, the people who donate large amounts, they're all trolls. They're huge trolls. They just want to have fun, and they don't care if they throw. But I don't see the benefit for somebody to donate $15,000, except for to see the ship maybe, but they could do that on their own. Right. I don't see the benefit for them to have the ship in my hands. Like, what would that... Now, if they donate a certain amount of money and say, hey, Elohim, I'd like to see you in a dress, eating cake and dancing, here's $5,000 or something like, that's kind of trolly and they get an entertainment out of that, and I get it. But I don't see... That's why I disagree with JP. I don't think he would...
We'll see.
What is... Okay, this brings up a good question. I don't know if what time we're at or whatever, but this brings up a good question. What is, like, the weirdest, trolliest, whatever thing you've done based on a donation? And I can tell you mine first. I took 3 hits in the balls, and I also headbutted someone in the balls for donation.
That was at SKS, wasn't it? That when you... Oh, my God, I saw that.
I took a hit from Sean, DP, and Man, and then Man did a handstand, and I did a headbutt on his balls.
Just real quick, before you continue, and this is an awesome trend, I just want to point out, a viewer made the point that the 15,000 thing actually gets you every Star Citizen ship in the game. It's a package.
Oh,
so
okay.
Just want to make sure people understand. It's not one ship.
I thought that there was a ship.
Available ship, and there's some that are worth thousands of dollars.
Okay, I thought you were gonna say you get every Star Citizen in the game. I'm like, you enable slavery if you pay $15,000. You get every Star Citizen in the game. You're emperor. You are emperor of the game. God. Holy shit. The most trolly. Oh, I don't know. Probably. You know what's funny is it happened on my stream, but it had nothing to do with me. I had a viewer donate $500. So I like to experiment in the kitchen, right? And I love to make steak. And I had this idea of taking like this raspberry like sauce, putting it over a steak, and then trying to put it in the crock pot instead. And I just decided to try it. And I did that. It was horrible. I put it in my fridge for a week and didn't ever clean it out. My buddy came over. I was talking about the steak. And one of my donors was like, $500 for your buddy to eat that steak right now. And he went, man, and my buddy is that kind of guy. And he went, he pulled out a glass of water and a
was
plate,
this Spectrum
set it
Dominus?
Out. This was Spectrum Dominus.
This was the streamer Spectrum Dominus.
Yeah, who streams, by the way. And he just starts eating. He was at the point where he was gagging. He was dipping it in the water to try to get the flavor off of it so that he could keep eating it. And it had nothing to do with me, but that was probably the trolliest thing that's happened on my stream. But it had nothing to do with it.
Did he finish it, Elo? And did he get sick from that?
He finished it. I don't think he got sick because he was too busy rolling around in his $500 in ones on his bed. But I think I don't think anything happened to him. I don't think anything like stomach or anything. He seemed fine.
Zeke, we're watching you now.
Yeah,
Headbutt Man.
I see that now. I was trying to find it for you, but you found it faster than I did. Yes, and this okay. The first donation was $1,500, and I said, all right, you know what? For that, I'm going to give you your money's worth or whatever. And I took one like turkey tap from each of those guys, and then I said, man versus game, being the good sport that he is, says, if someone beats it, I will take a shot up whatever, a headbutt, and here it is. I was like, get the angle.
Look at it.
I'm talking
gnarly this is. I want to see how gnarly this is. This is insane. Oh, that was so like soft. It's like,
I felt him go.
I love background. You guys are just like these giant, larger than life beings headbutt each other in the balls.
And that's over at twitch.tv/Sour Kool-Aid Show. There you go.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I didn't even know that happened. How long? When was this? This was November 8th. Wow, this was pretty recent. Pretty recent.
Well, actually, it's so strange. Like some of the smaller streamers who are very specific. Like those guys are like Jackass mixed with gaming mixed with alcohol.
Right.
So they have like a niche, and they have really super duper loyal fans.
Oh yeah.
And some of them happen to be very wealthy apparently, because how we got down there, they actually called us up and said, "Hey, we took a donation thing and to fly you and Man versus Game down here to come do a show with us. So you're going to do it." We said, "Okay," and it was completely paid for by fans. It was amazing.
Crazy.
And then during the show, it was amazing. Yeah.
It's crazy.
Sometimes I get isolated in what I do, right? And I don't branch out enough. So I have never heard of these guys, and I cannot wait to go check out. I cannot wait.
Oh no, they're great. Yeah, definitely. Sour Kool-Aid Show's awesome for sure.
Sounds awesome. Sounds amazing. Can't wait.
Yeah, they were actually they were at PAX South.
Yep, met both of them.
They were at PAX South?
They are awesome. Dude, they were not only at PAX South, those are some of the most down-to-earth dudes I've ever seen. Like, every time I saw them, they were smiling.
I didn't talk
so
to
awesome. Just fantastic people.
It was good.
Anybody know if they're going to PAX East?
Zeke?
I don't think they are, unfortunately.
Okay.
Okay, well, I'll meet them one day.
Before we take a break, I do want to talk. Well, actually, before we even get off this topic, this is the $100 thing from Evolve. The PC Monster Race is what they're calling it. That's the $100 pack. The PC Monster Race. Available now for pre-order at Amazon.com.
I love those
what
guys.
Comes in it?
The developers.
Is it like a collector's edition? Does it come with like little figurines and stuff like that? Like what's the pull? Why is it $100?
Let's see. You get the season pass thrown in. The 5th playable monster.
Worth it.
2 more hunters and 4 monster skins, which are limited time exclusives.
Oh man, interesting. That is.
Well, I never. Okay, the reason.
But
why
are we going to buy it? That's the question. Are we going to buy it?
I mean,
first, let me say
probably
why I
not.
said,
Go ahead, Zeke.
Probably going to give us a code, anyways. Go ahead.
First, let me tell you why I said boo. It's just a real quick explanation. It's not because it's $100, not because of anything like that. I've always hated the Master Race thing. That's a racist statement. I hate it when people say like PC Master Race, PC Monster Race, blah 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 blah. I've always hated it because it stems from like bad things.
Sure,
So
sure.
I've always hated that, and especially making a pun about it. Just come on.
The
Anyways,
PC
continue,
Monster
please.
Race.
Just expressing.
Wow, Zeke, I didn't realize how politically correct you were. And yeah.
Don't like it. I don't like it.
I got you.
Meanwhile, he's gonna go back to his channel and flick ammonia from his cat balls on the screen.
Exactly. Yep. No rebuttal from Zeke. He just takes it.
I take it all the time.
Let's talk a little bit about what we've been watching, and the only reason I want to bring this up is because have you guys been watching Kyle Landry Piano? Have you heard about this channel?
I have heard, and I did not get I had clicked on the link to go watch him, and then he was like, "Well, okay, I'm heading out," and he was gone. But what I've gathered is that this guy plays piano and he plays video game music.
Yep.
And he had like 15,000 plus people in his stream. He's a new streamer, and that it was just incredibly entertaining.
Oh yeah. So the first night, we tuned in. It was actually Fish Sticks, and I'm gonna hipster out here. He had like 800 viewers. I joined the chat, saw like how amazing this guy is. He's a big YouTuber apparently. He has like 300,000 subs there, and channel's been about 4 or 5 years old, I think. But he just came over to Twitch. He had around 8,000 followers 2 nights ago, so 48 hours ago. Tweeted the link, got Strippin to tweet it. The Strippin. Bunch of other streamers did it, and then we got him up to 18,000 viewers first night. I think TB also tweeted, a bunch of people did. And then last night, after that stream, he got his sub button, and I think he got fully partnered, and he must have gotten like over easily 1,000, 1,500 subs last night in his first night, which is fucking awesome because this guy deserves it. I don't want to mute it because it's probably going to flag the VOD, but he is actual talent on Twitch. Guys, we sit in a chair and play video games. This man plays the piano on another fucking level. Definitely check it out. It's twitch.tv/Kyle Landry Piano. And that's what I've been watching. Have you guys been watching anything?
Let me throw this out there.
Okay.
I am so excited, specifically for this individual person. I think, I haven't seen his work or anything like that, but from what I'm hearing, he's awesome. What I'm truly excited about is to see Twitch branch out into kind of another form of entertainment that we can all get behind.
Oh, yeah.
As gamers, that isn't necessarily we're sitting down playing a video game in front of people. That to me is so cool. That is amazing. And that's why I love the role-playing stuff too. The role-playing is such a big part of Twitch that has, not nothing to do with video games. But the thing is that all these people who enjoy all these similar things now are starting to kind of branch out. And the music thing is big now. Like I know that Twitch was trying to push the music thing, and it's just so cool to me. It's just so awesome to me that this is kind of the direction things are going. So I was excited just to hear about it. Now, I haven't had time to go back and watch the video, but I'm excited to watch that as well.
He's awesome. He'll break into like some random obscure. I think he was playing a bunch of like Kingdom Hearts stuff. Last night he was doing some Disney Hercules shit. And he takes requests from the chat. The other thing too is he doesn't have a mic. So his only way of interaction is these signs that he holds up, which is just text.
That's great.
And he just has like this completely innocent face.
Can I be a little bit on the other side here?
Go ahead.
I've never seen this guy.
Sure.
Okay. Am I understanding that the entire stream is just him playing the piano?
It's
He's
just him
really,
playing
really good
music.
at it?
Yep.
Okay, I think I need to experience it before I comment on it then.
Okay. Sure.
I've said that about so many things, Cohh.
Sure.
I've said that about.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I like music and I like piano, and I'm sure there's a lot of hype I'm not seeing right now about it.
It's a very weird thing, for sure.
I want you to watch it, and there's a really, really evil part of me inside that wants you to just hate it. I just want you to hate it and come back and just go like, this is not Twitch, and just get on a soapbox. I really want you to be on a soapbox because it's the it's something I haven't seen yet.
See, I grew up playing piano. Like, I played piano for years. I used to do recitals and all that stuff and everything. So I have a real appreciation for piano. So whenever I see somebody, I kind of sort of melt no matter what.
Sure.
That's just the way that I am. But I can see people not liking this or giving it, a little bit of flex since it's not video gaming. But, a lot of these guys, when you get to a certain level and you're able to read music, a lot of these songs you can put in front of them for the first time and they can play fairly well. So, a lot of piano bar people have done this. I have a buddy of mine who plays at a piano bar on a cruise ship, and it just kind of goes around the world, and that's what he does. He has cheat sheet things that are actually, it's called like the Disney cheat sheet book or whatever. And he sets it down, he opens it up, and any song they want, he can play it fairly well.
That's what he's got, yeah.
And that's what I figured was going on with that, even though I haven't seen it. But it's still highly entertaining. And, dude, I love the video game music. Like, why not?
Real quick. Let me just say the reason is not because I don't think it could be very entertaining. The thing that I'm interested about is, okay, if it's just a guy playing a piano and he's this Twitch phenomenon, right? There's a lot of talented musicians out there.
Oh yeah.
Does this mean now that anyone that's really good at piano can pop open a Twitch and play some tunes?
Probably
that are,
not, because he was the first one to do it.
That's what I'm getting. What if you're really good at clarinet or really good at trumpet or really good at bass or really good at saxophone? Like it's kind of weird to me that if is this the beginning of a trend, or is this all because of this particular guy?
I don't think you'll see like 1,000 music. Maybe you will. Maybe I'm crazy, but I think this guy.
If I knew how to play songs like that, I think it'd be stupid not to give it a try.
Okay.
Definitely give it a try. But this guy was the first, and I think that's why he's getting such crazy viewership.
Correct me if I'm wrong, too, but didn't Twitch do a huge survey where they said what was the next thing you kind of wanted to see on Twitch, and it was resoundingly music. That's why they was Steve. I'm gonna mess his name up because I don't listen to him normally. Akai or something like that. Yeah, he came on, and that's kind of what the biggest thing Twitch users said they wanted to see. Doesn't music have like a whole category now? Like on Twitch, doesn't it? Yeah. So
deadmau5 streams all the time, and yeah.
Yeah, and I don't know the specifics behind it, but these are just things that I've heard and whatever. But I feel like there may be a place for game related music, and stuff like that here on the site. And I think it was a cool mix. But I agree with you. It's a first time kind of thing too.
Hold on. Hello. Do you really think it have to be game related?
Aoki wasn't. He was just playing his normal set in
No, but I mean in terms of being on Twitch, could it just be music?
I don't know. I'll have to think about that more. It's an interesting question because part of me wants to say immediately yes. It should probably have something to do game related. But you're not going to find many groups of people that can't come and get behind music together, like you could have music pretty much anywhere in any kind of group or whatever, and somebody's going to get behind it. You're a majority of people probably. I don't meet many people that just hate music, That's an interesting question, and I don't really have a good answer for you. And my initial thought was, I would like to see it more game related. Him to go through maybe a stream, he goes through a score of Mega Man songs or something like that. But I don't know. At the same token, I'm sitting here going, we're a community. If the majority of the community got behind Twitch's survey and said they wanted to hear music, why are we denying them that?
My biggest fear is that, and I've said this before, that you remember when it was Justin TV and it was like all these different channels and then the video game channel or categories and the video game channel just went and blew up and then it became Twitch. Now Twitch is spreading and spreading and spreading and spreading. I'm wondering if it's I don't have an opinion about this because I don't know the business side of it, but I'm wondering, do you guys think that it'll have an effect on what people go to Twitch for, and they'll it's not about video games solely anymore. It's about all kinds of live streaming, and then it gets too convoluted and there's not enough focus.
Yes, I think it's a legitimate concern. But I think I'm just as concerned with music as I was with role playing. Like role playing is not game related, and I think that it has a place here. I really do. It is gaming, but it's not video gaming. So are we? I get what you're saying. I totally agree, but I don't know if concerned is the word that I'm looking for. Maybe I don't know. I don't think I'm concerned about it. I mean,
I
if
just
they
want to
do,
point
if
out.
they do go out, why am I worried? You know, if people want to see video games, they're gonna come watch video games. People want to listen to music, they're gonna go listen to music. Does that really affect my broadcast and what I do for me to be concerned about it?
Sure.
I just want to point out that I have two chats open, both related to this channel. There's 6,200 people in this one. I've never seen just so much like non-trolly discussion. Like there's so many good points.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like just reading. I'm sitting here reading chat. It's like, yeah, that's true. Oh, that's a good point. And like this is, you guys are doing incredible.
Yeah, like we need. I don't know how to work that into a show. Maybe like bring up the chat comment line by line or something. But there's a lot of good comments in the chat for sure. And that's what I've been doing is listening to you guys and just reading. So I have no idea where we're going from here. Have you guys been watching anything else on Twitch? It's for me. It's been Kyle Landry because that's all I've had time for since I've been home 48 hours.
I mean, why we haven't talked about PAX at all?
Well, we're gonna do that
Yeah,
after you take
I
a
was
break
gonna say.
for sure. You want to just take a break now?
I was like, yeah, break then PAX.
Okay, sounds good. We'll do just that. We'll take our first break. I think only break of the day, and we'll come back and we'll talk all things PAX. We'll see you guys in just a bit, guys. More Drop Frames coming up right after this.